This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie, what's on your mind?
Oh, man. I can't believe this summer's almost done with, bro.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Favorite time of the year, and it's almost gone.
Yeah.
But I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. Other than the fact that I wish my entire body was as tan as my driver's side knee is at the moment. You know, in the words of our neighbor here at One True Sports, Arn Anderson, a tan makes fat look good. And I wish I was tanner than I currently am. So if that's my main, complaint, I'm doing all right. You know, but hey, we're here another week. We've
right.
survived the cut. Week 3 here at One True Sport. We're live we got a lively crew of.
Sure do, man.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Maddie, Mr. Marijuana.
Mr. Jazz Cabbage, good morning to you, sir.
And Maddie Jazz Cabbage. All the way down there in Australia.
That's right.
Today.
We got
yeah, man. I'll try to, stay away from the corny. I'll try not to quote, Dumb and Dumber. G'day, mate, or whatever.
He goes, good day, mate. Throw another shrimp on the barbie. I did it for you. You got it.
Yeah, thank you. You're my stunt double. You jumped on a grenade for me. Yeah, well, I was trying not to go, be corny, but it's all right.
That's why we're a good dynamic, because I'll do the corny stuff, you do the fun stuff. So we got Maddie, Mr. Jazz Cabbage here saying good day, guys. And we got David Van Halen here. What's up, dude? Welcome back, everybody. We got let's see who else is in the chat here. Oh, Pod Squad member Machete. Welcome. Smoke them if you got them. It's Mind of the Meanie time. You're goddamn right it is. Thank you for being here, everybody. Liam says, yo, Meanie.
Yo, cause
it's my son's third birthday today. Any chance of a happy birthday for my son Hunter from the Blue Guy?
Hey, Hunter. Happy birthday, my friend. And thank you for choosing to spend your Friday night or wherever you are. I'm not going to assume Mr. Jazz Cabbage is in Australia. So happy birthday, Hunter. Hope it's a good one. I hope you're happy, healthy, and safe. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully oh no, well, it's too early for Santa.
Yeah. a little bit.
Hopefully summer Santa hooked you up, And hopefully it's a good one, stress free. Hopefully you got the right cake, hopefully got the right ice cream, hopefully you got some good sippy drinks. So
Liam says it's 12:30 a.m. in the UK. Does that mean it's Saturday over there, bro?
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
So since you're like Maddie Jazz Cabbage over there in Australia, and it's technically tomorrow there, you are now legally obligated to give me a winning lottery number.
These are the rules.
So if you just hook a Meanie up and let me know what tomorrow's Powerball is going to be. Yeah, that'd be well appreciated.
It allows us to put more money back into the show, because then Papa don't have to go to his Jew job anymore, and I can sit here with you guys all damn day. So
yeah, we could podcast all day. I'll be close to I guess Ireland's part of I'll be in the UK about 2 weeks. We're going to Dublin for our honeymoon. Our official honeymoon. It seems like we've had countless honeymoons. We've been fortunate enough to travel, me and Mrs. Meanie. But 2 weeks. I can't believe it's here already. We're going to go over to Dublin, and we went there for my 50th birthday and fell in love with it, and can't wait to get there. In 2 weeks and have a lot more fun. We got some things planned that's gonna be fun. No, like right off the bat, as soon as we get there, last time we went there, first day we did a rural pub tour through the mountains of Ireland.
That must have been so
9
fucking cool, man.
hours. It lasted about 9 hours. So we're like, you know what? We're definitely doing that again this
Mhm.
time. So, but we're lining up to do some other cool stuff. So I know it's going to come fast and it's going to go by even faster, but I'm going to cherish every moment that we have over there.
I am looking forward to your the stories and talking about it when you get back. Don't forget, friends, because Meanie's going to be away, we're going to be doing a double header. I believe it's next week, if I recall correctly, right? Is
Next
it next
Friday,
week?
yeah.
Next Friday, join us here, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be doing and giving you a twofer. The second recording that we do is going to be a full Ask Meanie Anything. So get us your questions early. Go to the Twitter machine, send them to us at Mind of the Meanie using the hashtag Ask Meanie. Drop them on our Facebook page as well, facebook.com/Mind of the Meanie, or tweet us directly at our handles down here. This is Goober and Blue Meanie BWO, and use the hashtag Ask Meanie so we can find it. And we look forward to having a couple of hours with you next week. We're really excited about
Yeah.
it. So we may have an earlier start time. We're working on that with the guys at One True Sport, but we will let you know as soon as we know. You will know. And looks like Mr. Matty Jazz Cabbage says, I got some jazz cabbage for me. I bet you do, man. I bet that shit in fucking Australia makes me see colors.
I'm sure it's got me well, no, that's caffeine. I was going to say, I'm sure it would have me punching daylight, but that's what this cold brew's for. Take a sip, punch daylight, taste colors.
Oh my god, dude, that shit's probably crazy. But
oh, dude, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, be careful getting it to me.
yeah,
You're in Australia, dude. That's a long swim.
Get them through get through customs and shit. Just be careful, man. Don't do too much. So
that reminded me of a time ECW ran in Toronto. And what you call it, everybody's like, nobody expected to see New Jack in Canada. There's no way he's crossing the border. And New Jack walked into the locker room. Everybody's like, how did you get across the border? He's like, man, that water was cold.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Man. I wish I had Natural Born Killers on the board here so I can cue it up every time we talk about New Jack, but then we'll get a freaking copyright strike by YouTube. So you just have to imagine it in your head. Well, maybe we'll put it on the audio episode. Maybe we'll layer it underneath there and play it for the whole show.
We'll figure it out.
In honor of New Jack. Lucius,
what's that?
Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was just doing a New Jack impersonation. Blue Meanie. Like me and Nova came out and did a parody of the Gangsters, and we screwed it up somehow. And we get in the locker room. He goes, "Blue Meanie, only you get away with screwing up like that." And people, think it's part of the deal. People thought our botches were planned. So that's what the perks of being like the Philly fanatic of professional wrestling. You just be a lovable goof and goof up and still not get that much heat for messing up. So
that's one person I wish I would have had the opportunity to meet is New Jack. It was all, like his matches were always just next. I mean, like we said, we talked about last week with ECW and finding ECW on TV and where to see it. But man, once that first freaking note of Natural Born Killers hit, man, you knew you were in for some shit, man. And that was just, whew, what an experience,
dude. Just you had to be in the arena to experience it. It was, just to hear, you hear the initial explosion, the whatever, and then hearing the crowd reaction and the fact that the whole match, his music was playing throughout his whole match. It was very cinematic, and that's how Paul booked anyway. But shout out to the sound guy Randy, who was mixing the song on the spot. Like he had it in both players, and like when he got to a certain beat, and then he cue up the other beat, and then prolonged the music until the match came in, and somehow he figured out how to get to Natural Born Killers, and then that was it.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, I haven't even. I should go back and watch the the Peacock stuff to see what they did. I don't even know how they got that audio
I'm
out
sure
of
it's
the show.
horrible. I'm sure that music,
God,
whatever they covered it up with is horrible. I'm
it's
sure.
probably dog shit. Yeah, and I mean too, it's
Yeah.
like I think they had Joey Styles come back and over and like redub some stuff too, didn't they? Was that what it was? I
They
think
may
they had.
have.
Yeah.
They may have, but that was, back in the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Here's what I'm gonna do for next week. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna watch some old ECW. I'm gonna see what they do with the new Jack music, and then we'll report back to you. But yeah, like Heyman said, he was gangsta. He certainly was, man. He certainly was.
Yeah.
We got some Pod Squad members here. Lucha Lechozo, longtime member here. What up, Lucha?
Lucha.
We got Vanessa Bello, also longtime member here.
Ooh, Vanessa.
Don't forget, if you want to join us for some extra cool meanies,
Day
you
one.
go up here to patreon.com/mind of the meanie. Sign up today. Tiers start at just $10 a month, and you can join us each and every week there and get some fun stuff. But I guess at the top of the program, we will start. Unfortunately, we got some sad news again this week in the wrestling world. It feels like we unfortunately and regrettably talk about these kinds of things a lot. But one of my favorite performers of all time and one of the baddest MFers to ever walk into the ring, Psycho Sid, passed away this week. And I wanted to know your thoughts on Sid. If you had any good stories on Sid Vicious himself, and just your thoughts.
Yeah, dude, he was a monster. Sid was a monster, and then you go back and watch him do some squash matches, and just watch him destroy guys. It's like Jesus. But I never really had too much of an interaction with Sid. The time he went to ECW, I was in WWE. But met him, maybe once or twice as a fan. Super nice, for a guy who could literally rip your head off like a ketchup bottle. Just go, he soft spoken, kind. Again, a monster amongst men. Larger than life. It's a shame, man. It came out of nowhere too, because like normally you would hear if somebody's not doing well, and just to hear he had passed, was a shock. I'm friends with his son Gunner on Facebook, and there had been no inkling that he wasn't doing well. So to hear that he passed, you're like, oh man. And then I'd go and think and remember, Sid. When I first saw Sid, like most wrestlers, I saw them in the After magazines. When he was in Memphis as Lord Humongous with the hockey mask and the demolition type bondage gear, and then he worked in like Memphis. He worked in Continental, and then I used to see him in the magazines, and then you get to see him on TV and NWA. Before, it became WCW, and he had like the most badass ring music. Like,
Wow.
This is like back when they were using unlicensed music, and people go, "Oh, ECW, they used music illegally." Yeah, everybody did.
Actually, just ECW talking.
And then pay for royalties for music. Oh, well, I remember the Steiners coming out to Welcome to the Jungle, and Brian Pillman coming out to Def Leppard's Rocket,
Mm-hmm.
on pay-per-view, and then
That's just the way it was, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Sid came out to a song by a band called the Scorpions called China White.
Mm.
And dude, it almost sounds a little, it reminds me a little bit of Sabu's music with the opening, there's an opening drum beat, opening bass riff, and then a monster guitar riff. But yeah, he would come out to this badass music, come out, destroy a couple TV guys, and just be over, And there's going back to the Scorpion song, China White, there's a opening lyric, like there's a lyric, and then it goes, the line is because evil rules the world. And then I put two and two together. That Sid used to always say, I am the ruler of the world. And I always wonder if he got that from, the Scorpion song, I am the master and control and the ruler of the world. I wonder if he got it from that, but big man, charismatic big man,
Mm-hmm.
agile big man. You know, he was so over that he wrestled babyface Shawn Michaels in Madison Square Garden and got out cheered
Yes, he did.
against Shawn Michaels, and you know beat him, hit him with the cameraman's camera, and got cheered in the garden, pinning Shawn Michaels. I mean, if that's not the epitome, it's being super over. You know,
Right.
I saw a photo of him in the ring with Hogan, and Hogan has an aura about him. And when you can be in the ring with Hogan and still have just as much shine and aura around you,
Yeah.
that's it. I mean, they always say, a pro wrestler, somebody who can, walk through an airport and people go, "Who's that guy?" And there's stories of, I forget what the show was in Philly. It might have been an ECW arena show. I wasn't in ECW when Sid was there, but I have friends who went to shows, and they said they went to Tony Luke's after the show, and Sid would went to Tony Luke's for a tea stick, and people behind the window are like freaking out over this monster that's standing in line about to order a cheesesteak, and just like the most unbelievable thing you could see.
Yeah.
Just he was larger than life, gentle giant,
Mhm.
gentle monster. Definitely one of a kind. Just
Yeah.
again, it's a shame he's gone. It's a shame he's gone. And that's why I always say, when you see somebody, let them know you appreciate them. Just because you never know.
Yeah.
I still kick myself over, Matt Bourne's passing away, because me and Matt were cool. I mean, like, we weren't breaking bread every Sunday, but when we saw each other at shows, we had this respect for each other, got along great. And the last time I saw Matt Bourne, he was in the Doink outfit, and I didn't know it was really him.
Oh no.
Because there's so many fake Doinks, right? I'm like, oh, that's probably Boston Doink. The convention was in New England, so I was like, it's
Yeah.
Boston Doink, right? And then I do the convention. I had to scurry back to Philly for something for a show I had that night, and then I come to find out that was really Matt Bourne, and then
Mm.
he passed not too long after that, and you just regret not saying anything.
Yeah.
This goes back to back in the day when there's this whole thing of should you take photos in the locker room, and some goof came out and said, don't take photos, and then you meet guys like Demolition. You're hanging out with Demolition at like a wrestling convention. They're like, they talk about how they regretted not taking photos with, some of the boys, and, that's kind of why, I wish last time I saw Sid, I think it was at some convention, and so they're always brief. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, because I always call it, when I go to a convention, I'd say, let me go do a victory lap. I'll
Yeah.
do a lap and say hello to everybody, shake hands, and just as if
Mm.
I was in a locker room. And, I wish I had a moment with Sid where I could have told him how much I appreciated him. Like I try to tell most of the people who came, but who paved the way for me.
Yeah.
There's guys who sacrificed so much, enabled me to have a business to, apply my trade. So, rest in peace, Sid. One of a one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're a big guy, he's somebody to study. Just oozed charisma, had a look, chiseled out granite. Just doesn't seem right. He was 61.
I think he was 63 actually, but even still.
Only 12 years older than me. I didn't even put that, 2 and 2 together, young. That's
Yeah.
young. Modern medicine, people are living longer. I saw a photo a couple weeks ago, and it was it cracked me up. It was a photo of Ed. Now I'm showing my age. Actor Ed Asner.
Yep.
If you're old enough to remember Ed Asner, he played a character called Lou Grant. he was on the Mary Tyler Moore show, and it was him and Ted Knight. Now, if you're old enough to remember Ted Knight, he was in the movie Caddyshack. He was he had a TV show too. I forget what it was, but it was a photo. It's like, here's Ed Asner and Ted Knight. They're like 45 and 46 in this photo, and they look like they're in their 60s. I'm like, Jesus. Like back then, people aged. A 40-year-old looked like he was in the 60s,
Mm-hmm.
And just thanks to modern medicine, I guess folks are just aging better, and I'm just getting to the point where, Sid could have easily should have been able to live till 80, but fuck cancer,
Seriously.
Yeah. So let's give up some, in the chat here, let's give up some hearts for Sid.
That's right.
And like I say every week when we unfortunately lose a legend, go into YouTube.
Yeah.
Watch some Sid matches, talk about Sid. If you're a wrestling fan and there's somebody younger than you who may have not heard of Sid, introduce them to Sid.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful thing about pro wrestling. Not only can my biggest turn on in life is turning somebody on to something new that they never knew about.
Yeah.
So if all of you have the opportunity, go out and grab a youngin and turn them on to Sid. As shout out to Derek Mazaz there, a buddy, old pal of mine who's kind enough to join us in the chat today. But yeah. Dick's out for Harambe, love up to Sid.
Dick's out for Harambe.
Did I say his name right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I was just thinking too. My oldest son, as you know, he's a big wrestling fan now, and he knew of Sid, but never really watched Sid before. And actually, it's funny, Andrew Hermes or Herms. I apologize if I fucked your name up, but he says his walkout. Herms. Did I say that right there? His walkout Survivor Series 1996. Talk about fucking over. And if you've never seen that walkout,
that might be the Shawn Michaels match that I'm referring to.
Yeah, I mean that's when the city in the background slides. I think that's the one of these hit, like he's giving fist pumps and stuff. And
dude, fucking goosebumps, man.
Oh my god, man, that is one of the dopest, like one of the coolest things I think. And I remember watching that live too. Like I can vividly recall watching that match and watching that entrance and being like, my god, this guy's fucking over.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people,
and being a Philadelphian, we're known for liking the heels. Like we
like
fuck with a lot of wrestlers' psyche, as a fan,
Mm-hmm.
NWA started running the Philadelphia Civic Center, which NWA is back in town tomorrow night. If you're in the Philly area, go check them out at the 2300 Arena. Billy Corgan doing a great job with NWA. We used to go to the NWA at Civic Center, and the baby faces would come out and get booed, and the heels would get cheered. And I could see the baby faces going back to the locker room, going, "What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Fuck, man."
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to Andrew Herms, who says Philly is a horseman country, which is
goddamn right it is.
Absolute fact.
Also, too, I got some news for you here real fast, Meanie. Before we go back to Sid here. This Tuesday coming up, the day after Labor Day, my conversation with the legendary enforcer of the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, will be available to listen to on foundationradio.net and our YouTube page. Had a wonderful conversation with Arn. Just an incredible guy. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with all of you.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. I can't wait to see it. And congratulations. That's a good catch, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, he said at the very end of the interview, I said, Arn, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. He goes, Adam, you're a real pro. He goes, you're very good at this. And I'm like,
that's all you need to hear, man.
I will never forget something like that for the rest of. I usually don't. I really, I don't mark out hard for a lot of things. But when Arn Anderson tells you you're good at something, like, I picked up the phone, called my wife. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I was like, this is amazing.
Did
So
your erection knock your tablet over?
it was literally went from 6 to midnight. Yeah, it was unbelievable. The table, like if you hear the table here, it was like pretty much what happened there. But no, I'm just kidding. No, it's really, I'm excited to get it out to everybody to take a look.
Your camera slowly went.
I don't know what's happening here.
Hey, Adam, you're a real pro. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please just ignore what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Everything's fine here. We're all fine.
Is that a bishop? Is that a Lego person?
Oh my God. So, what the
hey, Adam, hey, Meanie, you're a real pro. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Oh my God, that is hilarious! Shout out to Art Anderson. We love you, man. He's the coolest.
Dude, I wanted to do a parody and not like I didn't think of this while I was in any major company.
Yeah,
but I wanted to do a parody of me and like 3 other fat guys and call ourselves the 4 Horsemen. And I wanted to be Barn Anderson, you know. You got Thick Flair, Barn Anderson, Barry Windham and Barry Windham and eggs. And I couldn't think of the 4th one.
God.
But, yeah.
That is hilarious. Yeah. Greg says the show is off the rails. Sometimes you gotta let it ride.
Dude, this is my second coffee, so
it's so good, guys. Andrew's here says, Andrew.
Hold on. Well, thank you, Greg.
Oh my God. Andrew says, I do the research for Orange Show. I believe is who we're talking about. Hard to find a nicer man. Honest to God, like seriously, the coolest, man.
Like just even when I'm sure he's done a million interviews.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
He's probably used to hearing the same things over and over again. And for him to take the time to pay you that compliment was really cool. I'm proud. I'm proud for you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's what Andrew says too. It's the ultimate compliment from AA. If he calls you a pro, real talk. Yes. Like I said,
it was mince words. He doesn't bullshit or mince words or, you know, shout out to Liam Evans for Belly Blanchard.
Sure. The chat just exploded after this.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
good. Derek's like, fuck, from 6 to midnight. That's an old bit from what fucking movie is that? That's Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So the scene, it's Jason Segel and Jonah Hill are standing there, and the character that Russell Brand plays is singing, and Jonah Hill's moving around, and he's just like, I just went from 6 to midnight.
My favorite one is
oh my God.
It's either 3:15 or Mickey has a hard on.
Oh my God. Should it be the name of this episode? Mickey has a hard on. Oh my God.
They'll get through the censors, sure.
Yeah. They'll block us over there. Vanessa's like, hey, look, a new tripod.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well,
man. Fuck. Where do we go from here? It's all down.
I don't know, man. Smoke him if you got him to Adam. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Jazz Cabbage. Thank you. I appreciate that. We have fun.
Jazz Cabbage.
We're gonna give you a yo cuz for that one.
Yo cuz.
Appreciate you. Sir.
That's jazz. That's my fake Val Venus music. You know, we used to, you know, I used to rip. Well, me and Miss Me, we were like, you know, old timey Val Venus. Hello, Goyles.
That is hilarious. I don't know where to transition from, so we're gonna move right into some other news.
We should just call it a day right now, man.
We just shut it down. Yeah, we'll go right and ask Meanie and be done. Yeah,
shit, we didn't even plan that shit. Yeah, we not like we plan anything, but everything is from here. I forgot I had sound effects on this gimmick.
This one's my favorite. I don't play this one enough.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
That
Yeah.
one's a good one.
Too funny.
Yo, asshole, I don't fucking sound like that.
But why do you gotta cuss, Carl? Because you do.
Yeah.
Angel Hernandez, you stink, and I don't like you.
You know what we need to
Oh, that
you know
is
what we need to
silly
do?
captain.
we need to get some better farts on here. Because I have that one, but I've had some rootin' tootin' rippers recently, man, and I gotta get them.
Like I'll randomly send friends videos of me farting, and it's just me smiling at the camera like this and just letting it fucking rip, just
They are ruthlessly loud too, sir.
yeah. I would
God.
play the one on here, but there's music in the background. I don't want to get as pinched. I was out in public, and I just standing at the camera like this, and it just sounded like marbles in the bathtub. Like slowly letting that fucking handful of marbles out of your hands, and dude. If Matt
Marbles in the face.
yeah,
Oh my god, dude.
yeah.
Stepping on a series of ducks over and over again.
Tap dancing on bubble wrap.
Oh
like
my
a
god. Oh man. Mr. What does he say here? Oh yeah, Jazz Cabbage says Meanie would put my shopping aisle farts to shame. Brother, you have no idea, man.
Oh, he also
have no
said
idea.
I could do one live. If I had one, I would.
Yeah.
But right now,
Yep.
I'm 51. I might follow through. So just
Oh my god.
it's like when you see a plane landing on a warship, and they catch the plane with a net, and it just goes, the net goes. That's my farts with my underwear. Dude, the best fart I have ever witnessed in my life was about 1986. Atlantic City, living with my grandparents, and having problems with my cable or whatever in my bedroom. I say, hey, I tell my grandfather, hey, Pop, there's something wrong with the TV. He comes in to try to fix it. And he's in his fucking pajama pants, and he let he was my sensei. He was like my
Fart Miyagi.
dude. Like I think of a pop fart, and this, but he let one out, and it was just like a slow, like timpani, like when they're about to give the number on the Jerry Lewis telephone with the drum roll, please. But I saw the back of his pajamas go, and that's the first time I saw a fart. You see a fart, you see the baby, the one with the baby
powder.
puts baby powder on the baby's ass, and it goes, poof,
Yep.
I saw like opening a window on a summer day, and the breeze pulls the curtains out.
Actually,
like this.
you're like, how do I make that happen? How do I do that?
I want to do that.
Actually, you know what? Here's a fun story that we can tell for the benefit of our new friends here. We can. The benefits of for our friends at One True Sport. Why don't you tell us about that particular fart you had that time at the rock show? And what happened? What happened from there?
The time I stopped a concert with a fart. Yeah, just man, this was had to be like 2000, 2001. And this was like when I was skinny meanie, right? And high protein, low carbs, drinking a gallon of water a day. I went from 390 to 240.
Wow.
So imagine that. But I'm proteining it up, egg whites in the morning, protein shakes. And so I'm in California with a couple friends, and we go to see the band, the Atomic Punks. The Atomic Punks, well, they still are, but they have different members now. Back then, the Atomic Punks were the singer and guitar player from Steel Panther, Michael Starr and Satchel. They went by different names in the Atomic Punks, but everybody knows I love Van Halen, right? Van Halen's my number one. Everybody else is fighting for second place. So we go to see Atomic Punks at the world famous Whiskey A Go Go in Hollywood, California. And there's an opening band, and they're awful. Just awful. Like the lead singer is like prancing around the stage barefoot with long jeans on, barefoot. He's got like a vest, like you would wear with a dress shirt, but it's got like an open back, and we're like, what the fuck is this? And the guy's coming up front, in front of the stage, and people are trying to punch his feet, like whack-a-mole. They're like, fuck this guy, boom. So I was like, oh man, I got a fart, right? So with any fart, you let out like a test fart, just like a small sample. So I did the one cheek sneak, where hand, you pull the cheek and do a little. And I was like, ooh, instant warmth, right? It was just like enveloped me.
Oh,
and
no.
The worst, you let it out and you're just like, oh Christ, just, and I tried to do the old, peek around, like, to survey the room. And there was ladies behind me who were, dancing to the band. And, they went from this to, like shirts over their faces, and they're dancing like that. Right. So the mistake I made was I let out that one fart, and it was like inviting a vampire into my house. It brought friends. So I just, I got the bubble guts. I was like, oh no, there's more. So like every couple minutes, maybe a couple minutes, I let out and just I had like it's me and a row of friends to my left, and I'm like side eyeing them, and they're just like,
my God.
Right. And so the main event comes, in between the bands, I'm standing there waiting for the Atomic Punks to come out, and I let out one more go, and from like the back end to the right, somebody yells, "Please stop farting!" Just across the nightclub. Please stop farting. Yeah, just like, oh my God. It was fucking brutal, man. Just you ever break a stink bomb?
Yeah. Yep.
It's like somebody fucking dumped a box of stink bombs from the roof to the ground. So the main event comes, Atomic Punks come out.
I'm just picturing this fucking space full of fucking
brother. I had to throw those underwear out.
Oh my God.
I had to peel them off like I was, with a tea kettle, like steam it off with a tea kettle. It's kind of like, when you're trying to read your neighbor's mail and you try to get the envelope open, you melt the glue. So I've heard.
Yeah, we've heard. Not sure we've done that. Oh my God. So the main act comes up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh
and,
God.
Ironically, they're playing the song "You Really Got Me," and I felt it. And the singer, his name's Ralph, but he goes by Mike Starr or whatever. They call him David Lee Roth back in the day because he looks like David Lee Roth. And I'm here. He's here. The stage comes up to here, and I'm like, oh God. Here he comes, and fart goes up, and it's like that movie, The Perfect Storm, where did fucking two storms come together and kill, not Matt Damon.
I think it's a George Clooney.
Clooney and Wahlberg, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
And then Clooney Wahlberg. And The singer gets it, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, oh, hold, stop playing, stops the song, and goes, somebody in the crowd shit their pants, and every hand in the Whiskey A Go-Go went." And he went, you really got me. And they went right back into the song.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I wish I was making that up. Yeah. And I recently had to reach out to a friend, just to, as proof. And I had mistaken him for his brother who looks exactly like him. He was like, "Oh, absolutely." He confirmed that the singer couldn't continue singing because it was that bad. But I just looked at him and went, what are you gonna do? You can't go, "Oh no, it was that broad over there."
Yeah, right.
I annihilated every set of nostrils in that fucking place.
God.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, that should be a world record. That should be in Guinness World Record somewhere. I feel like it's just unbelievable. And Greg Jacobson here, as we're talking, lots of laughing faces too. This is one of my favorite Meanie stories.
Yeah.
And
because it's true.
Jazz Cabbage says, at least you didn't poop.
Right. They wouldn't have known the difference.
No,
it was that bad. It was just.
It probably may have smelled a little bit less bad.
It would smell better if I had shit myself.
Greg Jacobson said, Road Dog said you ruined someone's car with a fart.
Yeah,
once.
that was my friend Jason Campbell's car. I ruined his car on a 13-hour drive from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, back to Lima, Ohio. It was after here comes NWA again, the NWA World Title Tournament where Chris Candido won the belt. I drove out with Al Snow, who was in the tournament, and we drove back, and like I let out one fart, and it was like I broke the seal. Just every like couple minutes I was just farting, and Al Snow's threatening to light me on fire, and and yeah, that's a whole nother story. I have to tell in full, but
yeah,
yeah, I've been known to do some damage.
Nate Smythe, Pod Squad member, Sheridan Ford Sale says it's poop again.
He calls his shit poop.
I love you guys. This is fucking great.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. Well, I wanted to also talk about, while we were here, now that we sidebar a little bit here, I wanted to talk to you about the Netflix announcement about the 6-part Vince McMahon documentary coming out. I believe it's going to be September, and someone can correct me. I want to say it's the 23rd or the 24th that it begins. And apparently they have interviews with Vince McMahon and some of the family members, and they they talk about, I think it was pre or post, or like right during the sale or something like that. So I'm curious to know your thoughts on the upcoming Vince McMahon Netflix documentary.
In the meantime, what I'm talking about, can you find? I forget who's producing it.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Pretty big name. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and I'm a documentary junkie as it is, so I'll be watching that as soon as it comes out. Vince definitely an interesting character. Some love him, some hate him. Some are in between. But you can't deny the fact that he changed the wrestling business and made it so guys, made it. People always criticize when you say, "Oh, he took it out of the smoky arenas and took it into the limelight," but he kind of did. It became mainstream. It became part of Americana. And it was a perfect storm. Right place, right time, right wrestler with him and Hulk Hogan, and they took the wrestling world and made it a global brand. I'm sure there's going to be people who's going to say good things about him. There's going to be people say bad things about him. When I worked there for 2 years, so I got a chance to make a good living and support my family and give my grandmom the best 2 last years of her life. So, you know, you know, uh, there's things I wish, I could sit here and go, oh, I didn't do this, that, or other thing. And there's plenty of things I probably could have done better in WWE. And that's on me, because, when I went to WWE, I was still, I was in ECW for 3 years, but like I was only 4.5 years in the business, and
Mhm.
sometimes you don't know what you don't know until it's too late. And there's things I probably should have done better, but, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it comes out, how they present it. I'm sure they're going, if they're doing a 6-part doc,
Yeah.
6 hours, I'm sure they're going to cover everything. And did you get a chance to find out who's the producer?
I was gonna say, yeah, I have the actual synopsis here. I'm pulling right from
Yeah,
Variety.
if
It
you can
says,
read that real
I'll
quick.
read that. Yeah, yeah. It says Mr. McMahon rather chronicles the rise and fall of Vince McMahon, controversial businessman and co-founder of WWE, from his transformation of the WWE from a small regional business into a global entertainment powerhouse to the explosive sexual misconduct allegations that led to his eventual resignation. The 6-part episode series offers a deep dive into McMahon's life and his enduring franchise, culled from over 200 hours, holy shit, of
Yeah.
interviews with McMahon himself prior to his resignation, his family members, business associates, and some of the most iconic names in wrestling history, as well as the journalist who uncovered McMahon's allegations. Filmmaker Chris Smith, who was involved with Tiger King, and
Oh,
executive
wow.
producer Bill Simmons, who handles
Okay.
30 for 30, which 30 for 30, this one's going to be
I blanked on the Bill.
unbelievable.
I blanked on the Bill Simmons name, and so it's going to be good.
They present an unflinching, no holds barred look at one of the most enigmatic figures in sports entertainment. And looks like Hogan's going to be a part of this. I saw a thing here. A couple of names that IGN said: Hulk Hogan, Dwayne Johnson, Steve Austin, John Cena, Bret Hart, and more will be a part of this documentary. So I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to seeing the finished product. Again, like Meanie, I'm also a big documentary guy. Any chance I get a chance to watch it, those kind of docuseries on Netflix or anything like that, you'll find me there. And especially because it's a wrestling related documentary, I'm curious to see it. So,
And I
um,
think Bill Simmons was the one who produced the Andre the Giant documentary for HBO.
yeah,
Uh, Bill Simmons, another guy. Some love him, some hate him, but uh, definitely, definitely makes an incredible documentary. So if he's done some amazing, 30 for 30. So I think what that summary you just read is, because I saw people going, oh, well, they talk about the negative stuff. Well, they just said they'll talk about the fall,
yeah,
the rise and the fall of Vince McMahon. So it'll be interesting to watch. Um, you know, you can't deny what he's done for the wrestling business. There's, things he's been accused of that have yet to be, go through the legal process. And I'll leave that for the courts of law to decide. But yeah, I'll definitely be there. I'll definitely try to binge that one day one.
yeah, for sure. I'm hoping they release it all at one time. If they do, I'll be busy for 6 hours. I may call out of work. Andrew Herms has a good question here. I'm asking everyone, do you guys think this was part of the deal for Raw going to Netflix? Seems like they had first refusal, or seems like if they had first refusal, they get to control the narrative and it can bring in non-wrestling fans based on content and subject.
I think this is just being independently done by Bill Simmons, and Bill Simmons could have sold it to anybody. He could have made it an ESPN, in my opinion. I'm just
Yeah.
going off that. I'm sure if WWE really had control, they probably wouldn't want the negative stuff to be put on the platform they're currently in the process of going to. So.
Yeah.
It looks like they didn't have a say in it. It looks like they didn't have control in the editing. If they say, it includes the fall of Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
To me, it just sounds like an independent documentary that was, done by, Bill Simmons and sold to Netflix. You know,
Mhm.
so I don't think there's any one influencing the other. You
Mm-mm.
know,
No, I was going to say from what I understand and what I've heard so far, this was actually done independently, like Meanie said, independently of the Netflix deal. And I can't imagine anybody on the 30 for 30 side or anybody else like that is going to kibosh that deal. Like I would be very surprised for somebody to, and I say this in sort of, journalistic terms, compromise that journalistic integrity to be like, oh, well, because WWE's here, I'm not going to release this documentary now. Like, I don't see that
yeah,
world happening, especially for somebody like Bill Simmons.
yeah,
But I think this was already kind of in plan before that happened. And I think it just so happens
yeah.
that this took place now. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be great. I'm sure it's gonna be a well done and superb docu-series, and I'm curious to see what comes from that. And speaking of another great docu-series that we talked about a little bit before we get into our favorite segment of the program, sir,
Yes, sir.
uh, Trey Turner has a docu-series coming out very soon
Well,
as
I
well.
think it's a docu short.
Docu-short, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just announced in the Philadelphia Inquirer today that there's a documentary coming out uh, based on the Trey Turner uh, incident last year, where Philadelphia Phillies signed Trey Turner, and he was, coming out of the World Baseball Classic and slumping. And local native, I forget his shoot name, but we all know and love him as the Philly captain, John McCann. I believe is his
Mm-hmm.
name, John McCann, who I know. He's a big wrestling guy. He does some stuff with the Indies and stuff like that. But he has an amazing YouTube channel. If you go on YouTube, subscribe to the Philly captain. He does video blogs or vlogs all over the city of Philadelphia. So much to where I know of a few people who came over for WrestleMania from England. And they said, I was studying up a Philly by watching Philly Captain videos. But Philly Captain came up with the concept that, hey, we should give Trey Turner a standing ovation, once he comes back. And they, he came up with the idea. And then the Philadelphia fans gave Trey Turner a standing ovation. And he completely turned his series around. It's turned his season around. And yeah, they're making a docu short on that. And I tweeted it out today. I shared it on all my socials. I'm happy for Philly Captain, and good for him for keeping it tight lipped.
Yeah.
If I knew, well, I'm sure he had to keep it under wraps too. But I love the Philly Captain. He's a good dude. He came out to Meanie Mania. He did a half-hour video on Meanie Mania, and congratulate Mrs. Meanie on our wedding. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to see it. Like I said, I'm a huge documentary junkie. I can't wait to see what they do with it. And Philly Captain's a great dude, so I'm proud for him.
I'm looking forward to seeing this. I'm just actually looking this up right now. It looks like it premieres on Sunday, this Sunday coming up. So by the time you hear this on your podcast feed, this should already be out. So it's Oscar winner Ben Proudfoot and Kyle Thrash teamed up with Barack and Michelle Obama to
Jeez.
create this story. And it looks like I'm trying to see what else. Thrash and Proudfoot directed it. The Obamas executive produced. And it's with so Higher Ground is the production company, and then Breakwater Studios, Cookie Jar and a Dream, and Major League Baseball are a part of the film. So this is that is one to be one that I'm very much looking forward to, and I'm excited because Phillies baseball is about to kick up in high gear very soon because it's the fall, and that's when the Phillies get fucking great, sir. That's
Hopefully,
when this team get into the fucking swing of things, brother. And
yeah,
I
man.
am hyped.
I'm praying for another Red October, and
Yeah, dude.
I know they're in first place right now, but being a Philly fan, and being a pro wrestler, I was always taught don't believe until you've seen it, done it, and been paid for it.
Yeah, that's
So,
exactly right.
I'll believe it. Let's get to through September, and let's get to hopefully another Red October.
That's right. And I'm gonna give our friend the Philly Captain a shout out here once again from the soundboard.
Angel Hernandez, you stink, and I don't like you.
And go ahead and support him in what he does. But the blue guy, I have a question for you, sir. A very important one. If you don't mind, if you might mind me jumping in here real fast and just to ask a question.
And what would that be?
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask me anything. Ask me something.
I can't remember what.
This is a drizzling shit.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the show. Don't forget to send us your super chats. You'll get top priority for your Ask Meanie questions. Use the hashtag AskMeanie and drop them in the chat during the show, and I will highlight them and ask them during the program in the segment. Meanie, what you got for us today on tap for your seltzer?
I got a room temperature because I forgot to put my seltzer in the fridge.
Oh, no.
Waterloo peach seltzer, sir.
There we go. And I got the cheap shit from Aldi today. I got the sparkling frost pink grapefruit. It's my favorite flavor, and really enjoy these ones. I save these for each and every week, so we're gonna crack them here in 3, 2, 1. There she is.
Nice.
It's that grapefruit kiss that comes and gets me every day. Pinkies up. Oh yeah, such good shit. Yeehaw, cowboy.
Woo.
There she is. All right. Let's see what we got here from y'all. Thank you for the great questions, man. We really appreciate it. Darren Staley with a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Yo, cuz.
Yo, cuz for you here. Did Metallica jump the shark with the Black Album, or was it an amazing album?
I know, coming at, people, it took people by surprise, I think, a little bit, because they went from being a band that said, we don't need MTV, don't need a new, don't need to make music videos, to making their first video with, the previous album, And Justice for All, for the song One. And then they came out with the Black Album. And they come out, they're doing videos, they have a ballad, technically a ballad with Nothing Else Matters, which me and my friends redubbed Nothing Else Matters But Beer. And, I don't think they jumped the shark with the Black Album. Only album with them I was kind of like was when they did Load and Reload. I'm like a lot of people seemed a little bit more like, what the fuck with Load, when they cut their hair short, start wearing eyeliner.
Yeah.
Lars wearing the eyeliner, I think people, I don't think they jumped the shark with the Black Album. I think maybe you could kind of say they jumped the shark with Load, maybe. Well, even though, they're good, back in the day, I was like, oh, fuck these records, but maybe that was just, overexposure,
Yeah.
Maybe that was just me saying enough,
Yeah.
But and there's plenty of albums where I'm like, oh, fuck this band. And I go back and go, oh, that actually wasn't too bad. But I can say without doubt, 100,000% say, fuck Saint Anger.
Really?
That sucked.
Wow.
That's probably their worst album. If you wanted to make fun of somebody, you said, that guy likes Saint Anger.
What did you think of the record they did? Adam from Downingtown wants to know, what did you think of the record that they did for the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack, I Disappear? I know, I remember when that came out, that was kind of like a
it was great.
Record,
I took down Napster.
Yeah, that's true. That record did. Was it that record that took down Napster?
It was Yeah, I think it was "I Disappear" was the song that got leaked to Napster, which caused the lawsuit.
I
Yeah,
think because it was the same. I have to watch a documentary, but I know it was the same time because Metallica and Limp Bizkit were on that soundtrack, and I think
great
both
soundtrack.
fantastic on that Take a Look Around record. Fucks, man.
Yeah,
But those records leaked at the same time,
yeah,
and they both took like opposite sides of the conversation, which was kind of
yeah,
crazy. But I didn't realize it was that one.
yeah. I think
So
that was the song that yeah, that
let
was the beginning of the end for the Napsters.
I want to just quickly highlight this question before we get it back into Ask Me. Thank you again, Darren, for your super chat. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you for the super chats. They're greatly appreciated. They help keep the lights on here at Casa
They sure
City
do.
and
And
the Barnard home for wayward and troubled youth.
that is exactly right. That's why the light's on right here. That's where you're going to help us keep them on. But Andrew says here about the seltzer. That's a really good seltzer, meaning you can use the Mio peach tea gimmick and it makes it better. You'll have to give that a shot and let me know what you think about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what we got next here. Ask Meanie. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the Twitter question we got today. This comes from Dave Groves, long time, first time. Ask Meanie, who is underneath mid performer that you think is going to be a big thing in the future? Also, are you watching the Paralympics? That shit is impressive. Is it covered mainstream in the US like it is here in the UK? Love the show. Thank you, sir.
Who do I think has a big future? I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't want to insult anybody by calling them an undercard, mid card performer.
Yeah. I
And
think
when
maybe just in general, like who do you think's got? That's how I would maybe go look at it. Like someone that's coming up maybe is a better way to look at it.
there's there's so many guys out there between WWE, AEW, and Indies. That's a good question. That's a good question. And I want to say the guy's kind of up and comer, and the guy's been like, I've been out here for 15 years. What are you talking about? So it's a loaded question. I appreciate the question, but there's just so many guys out there, and I don't want to insult somebody by saying they're a mid card or undercard guy, So, but the Paralympics, I don't think they really cover that here in the States like they do over in the UK, and hopefully, they do eventually, But then again, I don't really watch traditional TV.
Mm-hmm.
With me, I'm married to baseball, football, and football, all Philly sports. I'm married to that. So like, if there's another sport, and the Paralympics, they might catch my eye, like if it's on at the bar or something like that. Sometimes you'll go to the bar and there'll be stuff on there, but hopefully they get more coverage. I'd be interested.
Liam Evans says, yo, Meanie.
Yo, cuz.
Yo, cuz. I'm currently in the middle of reading Todd is God by Todd Gordon and Sean Oliver. Just wondering, do you have any good stories of Todd from back in your ECW days?
Oh, Todd's the best, man. Talk about a guy who a lot of people owe their careers to. Todd, there was that void, left in the wrestling business by, when Joel Goodhart's Tri-State Wrestling Alliance went down. Tri-State Wrestling Alliance was like a major, indie here in Philadelphia, and Todd was a part of that. And then when that, folded, Todd Gordon, Bob Ortiz, his wife Lex Ortiz, and Larry Winters got together at Todd's office. They were like, "Hey, let's there's a void here. Let's do something." They created ECW, which eventually, became a place for me to apply my trade. So, but to your question, Todd's being open to suggestion. With the BWO thing, that's supposed to be a one night thing. And I remember coming through the curtain and Todd being one of the first guys going, "Hey, I think we got something here. I think we might have a go at this. They heard the crowd reaction. It's supposed to be a one night thing, but then they heard the crowd reaction and said, "Hey, I think we got something here." Todd was the first guy to say, "Yeah, I think we've got something here." And Todd's still a dear friend to this day. Talk every now and then. Hilarious guy. Please go out and if you don't have Todd's book, get Todd is God. I got the audio version, which is read by Sean Oliver. Sean's another great dude, but the audio book is great. And there's just when you think you know a guy, I know Todd.
Mhm.
I've had countless, conversations with him. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know that's in that book. That's, really good. So, if you're into audiobooks like I am, like I like listen to audiobooks on my commute. Todd is God is definitely worth getting, and get the hardback, hardcover too,
Last question of the day. Matthew Rodriguez, thank you for the question, sir. He says, let's have some weird fun always. If
Yes.
you were in WWF in the 90s and they gave you 4 gimmicks to choose, how would you rank them if you could possibly do it? So here's the list. Gobbledygooker,
Yeah.
Mantar, Bastion Booger. Oh man, that's a deep cut right there. And
Yeah.
TL Hopper.
Well, like if I was a talent and I had to choose to be one of them.
Yeah, I think that's what he's asking there. Or if like in order from like which one you definitely think you could do and which one you think you couldn't do.
Oh,
like
you
in
definitely
that
do
order.
Bastion Booger. I don't know if I can handle the haircut.
Yeah.
Bastion Booger, then Mantar, for sure. TL Hopper, a little close to home, with how I destroy bathrooms. And the last one would be Gobbledygooker, just because I never worked under a mask. So
Yep.
I don't think I would. I respect anybody who's ever had to work under a mask because I heard it's like so your peripheries thrown off and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
definitely Bastion Booger. Yeah, shout out to rest in peace Mike Shaw. Bastion Booger, who was also Norman the Lunatic in WCW. Great worker. He had many great matches with Owen Hart up in Calgary as I want to say he wrestled as Muckam Singh. His finisher was the Karachi Crunch. But yeah, definitely Bastion Booger, then Mantar, then TL Hopper, and Gobbledygooker.
That they made the action figure of Gobbledygooker. I think it was a year or 2 ago. And so now every Thanksgiving, as we start decorating for Thanksgiving, we put the Gobbledygooker in the egg, and then Thanksgiving Day we, yay, Gobbledygooker's here. And then we know that's between that and Santa running up the rocky stairs. We know that it's time for the holiday season to be here. And we want to thank you for being here too, because you could be anywhere else in the world right now and you're here with us. And we thank you for that. So we appreciate you. We appreciate all your questions and your super chats. We also appreciate the great team at One True Sport for having us back here again for another week. We appreciate you.
And promoting us.
As always. We appreciate that. It's always good to work for a place.
Never hurts.
That would promote you every single week. So we appreciate you. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give me Yo-Cuz on that one.
Yo-Cuz.
That's exactly right. Thank you, team. We appreciate you. And don't forget, as in always, every week, tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the show every week. Meanie, I want to thank you, sir, for doing the program with us. I appreciate you being here. And where can everyone keep up to date, good sir, with all things blue when they're not listening to the program?
If you would like to follow the Blue Guy on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. Even the ones I don't use. I just, took the names.
Gotta hold on to them.
I don't know what a fucking TikTok is. If you'd like to support the Blue Guy, go on to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. Get yourself a BWO shirt. If you want to support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. I know this drops when the sale's over, but they currently have a sale for Labor Day. I think the promo code is Labor24. So go in there right now, get yourself a t-shirt, ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie and Mind of the Meanie. Colin Elbow, the wrestling brand, go to ColinElbowBrand.com and use coupon code Meanie or use coupon code MIND and save 10% over there at ColinElbowBrand.com. If you're a bearded fellow like myself, go to MadCatBeardCare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. You'll look good. You'll smell good. Shout out to Josh Thornton, who's rounding up all the feral cats in this neighborhood, taking them out to the vet and releasing them out better than when he found them. He's doing the, if you're a cat lover like myself, he's doing a good job. So the Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters by the amazing Al Haney, but many real world wrestlers, including myself and many others who I'm not trying to spoil. So if you want all the information on Ultra Pro Wrestling, go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or Ultra Pro Wrestling, or sorry, UPW Video Game on Twitter. The figure collections Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shopfigurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. Select a regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. To have the Blue Meanie on your podcast, go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Register your podcast, book the blue guy, and let's have a conversation over there at podstars.net. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Book through the site, not through the app, because the app takes too much money. So they take a huge cut, and all that your hard-earned money that you're thinking it's going to the wrestlers is going to some evil conglomeration. I don't know who. Either way, go to I don't know where I was going with that. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. Let's make somebody's day a little bit better. But most importantly, Mr. Bernard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads. I think I'm still on Blue Sky as well. Everywhere you can find me on social media, it's at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. So go and follow me there. Keep up to date with everything going on in Goober's world. Also, go ahead and check out Foundation Radio, like we mentioned at the top of the program. My conversation with the legendary enforcer from the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, will be premiering on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. So be sure to subscribe at youtube.com/@Foundation Radio Pod in order to get the video version, or go to foundationradio.net and listen wherever you listen to your favorite podcast and check it out there. Also, my conversation with TNA superstar Santana is live now as well at the channel. We talk about a lot of great things, his sobriety and recovery, his return to TNA, and also being a girl dad as well. So go and check that out right now. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville on the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'll be out there again in October visiting my friends Kane and Jordan and the rest of the team out there. Get your hair and your beard cut looking great at 10thwardbarbershop.com. And don't forget to pick up, Mr. Meanie, I picked up some Silk Panther Supply Company product. It's my favorite pomade in the entire world. I just picked that up. And you can also get it only at 10thwardbarbershop.com. So get yourself looking good today. Thank you, Kane. Appreciate you. The FeinbergMethod.com. Go there right now. My trainer, Brad Feinberg, is ready to help you with your physical and mental well-being. Use promo code Goober and save up to 20% off of your entire purchase. Brad is ready for you at the FeinbergMethod.com. Also, I'll have you know, Meanie, I've officially linked up with the folks at Mad Cat Beard Care, and we are currently in the very early development stages of a Goober scented beard oil. And it won't I should say it's not going to smell like me. It's going to be a brand style. You get the idea. But in any event, we are working together. We're putting that together. I'm hoping to have that out to you soon. So I'll keep you all posted and let y'all know. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at the Casa de Meanie and the Barnard home for wayward and troubled youth. I also saw somebody in the chat here. I can't remember who it is, but they said that they wanted to pick up a BWO shirt, and that is at the Blue Meanies Pro Wrestling Tee site. Get them to one more time, Meanie. Where can they get those shirts?
ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. Use coupon code Labor24 right now, and you'll save 20%.
Perfect. And do the same thing at both of the other sites. Pick yourself up a shirt. Go ahead and check out my articles and all my writing over at bodyslam.net. I have lots of good pieces coming up, working on that as well. Don't forget to subscribe above Meanie at youtube.com/@mindofthemeanie. For all of our archived material is there as well. And don't forget to join us over at patreon.com/mindofthemeanie. Tiers start at just $10 a month, and you get all kinds of cool stuff. We got cool stuff coming to you as well on the site. Don't forget to subscribe to us at all of our socials at the bottom of the screen here at Mind of the Meanie, everywhere you are on social media. And we would love for you to join us there. And we love that you join us here every single week. We appreciate you. And Meanie, as always, I appreciate you for doing the show. During the show, sir. Thank you very much for your time, as always.
Thank you.
For the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Bernard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.